Okay, fight fans, fight fiends, welcome back to Manny's Thoughts. I, of course, Manny MTL or Manny Montreal. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, and of course, thefightcity.com. As usual, I'll give you guys my thoughts on what's going down in the world of combat sports. Let's get started. First up, as usual, congratulations are due. Congratulations, Dirigeant. Hard-fought fight. Personally, I think he was actually trying to prolong it and get himself a couple extra rounds in there. Nonetheless, beautiful fight from Dougie. Shades of the past. I am looking forward to a fully returned and rejuvenated Dirigeant. This is just the beginning of a new start for the young man, so I'm very happy for him. Also, congratulations, Patrice Volny. Almost made my prediction come true. Beautiful fight. Albert Onulus is one tough son of a gun. Personally, I even wrote to Patrice that although he should be happy with his victory, that there were some mistakes I saw, some things he was doing, some fundamental errors that he needs to correct. He's very lucky to be at the state he's in right now, but he's done that on talent alone so far. He's going to have to up his skill level, in my opinion. People are already making matchups for him, which I don't think makes sense. This is proof that I'm right. Honestly, I'd like him to slow play this a little bit. He's got plenty of time. He's a young fighter. I'm very happy for him. Also, congratulations to Caleb Smith, Rico Verhoeven, Devin Haney, and Brandon Figueroa. Rico Verhoeven's just the baddest motherfucker in all of kickboxing. Brandon Figueroa saved our Sunday nights. Devin Haney was successful as a fighter and a promoter. And for a young dude making that step, I'm just, I think it's a real positive thing. And maybe something other fighters can aspire to. As far as the news is concerned, there's plenty going on the Fight City and around the world. The fight world is on fire, to be honest. There's a lot going down. Let's get a couple things out of the way. First up, Victor Ortiz had to cancel his fight. The week of the fight, he's got 3 sexual assault charges, some kidnapping, some really awful, horrendous stuff. If it's true, I wish him no good. I hope he goes into Gen Pop and gets it worse than what Mayweather did to him. That being said, Billy Joe Saunders tested positive for something that's legal in the UK. This is a clusterfuck. The USADA or USADA UK needs to get their shit together. I don't really know. Here's the thing. Billy Joe's saying it's a nasal spray. The thing is, the stuff he took is also something that is on the banned substance list for good reason. So, man, I've been around fighters long enough. And I know when fighters have a big fight coming up, like especially nowadays, everyone's worried about what they're ingesting and taking into their bodies, and everything is counted and measured and weighed. And every fighter that I've ever known that's had a fight coming up that had a cold or something, that was looking to take cold medication, didn't take anything without doing research. So, that being said, it looks like they're lining up the number 2, and Billy Joe might get stepped aside. There's still news to come on that. Massive news in the boxing world. Sad, but predictable. HBO Boxing is packing it up. After 2019, there will be no more HBO Boxing. They got 1 card left. It's a sad, sad day, and it could have been avoided. But if they wouldn't have spent so much time being so sure that they were the best out there, I think they would have made the changes necessary. Almost like in 2000 something, they finally brought in Max Kellerman, which was the newest new blood they had gotten. And now Max is an old man. The only real downside to HBO getting out of the boxing business and making the fact that they were making fun of PBC and Al Heyman a complete fucking farce. The only downside to HBO Boxing for me really is losing some really good nostalgic things. I want to know what happens to Larry Merchant now. Is Max Kellerman and Paulie Malignaggi going to do some Showtime boxing now? I want to know what happens to these guys. I don't really care what happens to Lampley. Harold Lederman. What's Harold going to do? Are we still going to get Hey Harold? Man, it's disappointing. I personally feel if HBO Sports would have put me in charge of it, I would have done a better job. The writing was on the wall. You guys were a streaming service before anyone else was ever a streaming service, and somehow you're late to the dance. HBO, rest in peace. Here's hoping some millionaire will revive you at some point. But the truth is, after World Boxing Super Series, PBC, DAZN, and ESPN making their moves, there wasn't a lot of ground for you to try and keep. Best of luck to you all. As far as other news, speaking of streaming, it looks like Golden Boy with their Facebook hookups might be moving over to Netflix. Now, I got it from a credible source, but let me explain to you the logic behind this. So, Facebook Watch is trying to make a push for boxing. De La Hoya has been clearly putting stuff on Facebook for a while now. His LA Fight Nights and smaller cards. And now they've been doing the Facebook Watch thing. Now, the guy that's in head of the Facebook Watch project, one of the major shareholders of Facebook, happens to be one of the first original major shareholders of Netflix. So, I predict Netflix will get into the boxing business more than likely in partnership with Oscar De La Hoya and probably a couple smaller players. They will stick to the HBO format for now. We're bringing you the occasional major fight and probably some other smaller shows just put out on Facebook, which I'm entirely fine with. Fingers crossed this is what happens, because otherwise De La Hoya is going to have to compete with other people internally for time, and he still has a large stable, so this might be the best move for him. Last but not least in the news, man, I've been having a pretty shitty week. Let's face it, it's the beginning of the month. It's always pretty shitty for me towards the end and the beginning of the month. Mainly because I got to pay all my bills, and then the stress level and panic ensues. But that being said, I'm actually in a cheery disposition because we've been getting these tremendous Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder press conferences. Some of the best stuff out there. Honestly, Tyson Fury is just so good. I cannot wait for this fight. I am more pumped for this fight than I have been about any Joshua fight. So Joshua can keep talking about how Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury ain't nothing, but you and me both know the truth. Here's hoping the Gypsy King, my king, the Mad King, Tyson Fury, wins the WBC strap to add to his collection and forces Eddie and Joshua to face him. That would just be the ultimate for me. I cannot wait for this fight. December is going to be great because of Fury Wilder. Just remember that. That being said, guys, there's a lot of fights going down this weekend. I want you guys to check out my newest addition to the videos, a fight schedule, which I will throw up. It's just a minute or two long. It will give you all the fights we can watch this week if you're a fight fan like me. That being said, I do want to mention a couple of things. Eye of the Tiger is going to be in Quebec City. We got a massive heavyweight showdown, a terrific local matchup, and some young talent to keep our eyes on. Batir Jukambayev is going to be stepping in the ring. Stephen Butler versus Jordan Balmier. Not happy about it, but it's going to happen. And honestly, it's going to be a great fight. And then last but not least, Simon Keane's going to kill the last of the heavyweights in Canada. He's basically cleaning house here, which is exactly what I would want him to do if I was his promoter. He's been sparring with Duhaupas, which originally I was really hoping he would fight the Lizard, but having him as a sparring partner has just been tremendous for Simon Keane. I'm happy that his team is moving him this way. It's going to be a great night of fights in Quebec City. Make sure to tune in. It's going to be live on TVA Sport after the hockey game. So you don't have to pay a dime for this, folks. However, if you do want to catch the undercard, your best move would have been to be there in person. I happen to know there's still plenty of tickets available. It's pretty cheap. It's a 2-hour drive away. I don't have a dime or gas money to go. However, if any of you were crazy enough to pull it off, it's doable. Trust me. It's a fantastic card. Eye of the Tiger's been doing it right for a while. So make sure to tune in and check that out. Also, I want to give a shout out to basically what looks like a serial killer, acts like a serial killer, but is basically a light heavyweight champion, Arthur Beterbiev. He is absolutely freaking terrifying. He's going to be stepping in the ring Saturday in Chicago on The Zone. Make sure to check out my video. I do mention it. I predict as close to some sort of crime happening. Arthur Beterbiev is scary on so many levels. It's just not fun to think about. I get queasy thinking about Arthur Beterbiev fighting. It's some scary stuff. That being said, I want to mention something. He gave an interview to some U.S. media, and he spoke English. And he was talking pretty good. So, he's a very quiet dude, and it's hard to get an interview with him. But now that I know he can speak English, oh, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. Guys, that's it for me this week. If you want to know what to watch, like I said, check out my other video. If you want to help support, go to my Patreon page. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, everything I do. I'll see you guys next week.